Picture this. You turn 50. The cake comes out, the candles are lit, and somewhere in the back of your mind, a quiet voice asks, am I actually going to be okay? Because here's the thing, nobody says out loud at your birthday party. The average 50-year-old American working a full-time job, raising a family, paying their bills, has saved less than $115,000 for retirement. That's not a typo. And by every financial benchmark that exists, that number is not even close to enough. Stay with me, because in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what the numbers say, why most people end up here, and most importantly, what you can still do about it. Whether you're 30, 40, or 50 right now, this video is a wake-up call you need to see. Let's get into it. Let's talk about the average 50-year-old in America. Not the millionaire, not the person who started a company, the average one, the one who went to school, got a job, built a life. Here's what their financial picture actually looks like. Stat number 1. According to the Federal Reserve's Survey of Consumer Finances, the median retirement savings for Americans aged 50 to 54, $87,000. Not $870,000, not $400,000, $87,000. For context, most financial advisors say by age 50, you should have at least 6 times your annual salary saved. If you make $65,000 a year, the average U.S. household income, that means you should have around $390,000 saved by now. That's a $300,000 gap. Let that sink in. Stat number 2. 33% of Americans between the ages of 50 and 64 have zero. I said zero retirement savings. None. Zip. Nothing in a 401k, IRA, or brokerage account. Not because they're lazy, not because they didn't care, but because life happened and the system never made it easy. Stat number 3. The average 50-year-old carries over $9,000 in credit card debt at an average interest rate of 21%. That means they're paying over $150 a month in pure interest, money that builds zero wealth. That's $1,800 a year just in interest, gone forever. Stat number 4. The average Social Security check in America right now is about $1,800 a month. The average monthly expenses for a retired American, closer to $4,000. That's a $2,200 monthly shortfall every single month. That shortfall has to come from somewhere, savings, part-time work, or it just doesn't get covered. So here's the big question. How did we get here? I'm not here to shame anyone, because the story of the average 50-year-old isn't a story of bad people making bad choices. It's a story of good people making normal choices inside a system designed to empty your pockets. Let me walk you through it. You're 25. You land your first real job. You start making decent money. You get a nicer apartment. You upgrade the car. You eat out more. You subscribe to Netflix, Hulu, HBO, Spotify, and that gym you barely go to. This is called lifestyle creep, and it's invisible while it's happening. By 30, you have more stuff, a bigger rent payment, maybe a mortgage, maybe a kid on the way. The 401k, you contribute just enough to get the employer match, if that. You tell yourself, I'll save later. I'll invest when I make more money. By 40, the kids are in school, college funds, orthodontist bills, car repairs. And the market crash in '08 and the pandemic in 2020 maybe rattled your confidence in investing entirely. So you keep the money in a savings account earning 0.01%. And then 50 hits, and suddenly you realize you're 15 years from the traditional retirement age, and the math is uncomfortable. Here's the thing about daily spending that nobody visualizes. Let me show you the hidden math. Let's talk about $20 a day. Not $200, not $2,000, $20. That's one food delivery fee, 2 fancy coffees, 1 streaming service, plus a few snacks. It doesn't feel like much, but here's where things get interesting. $20 a day is $600 a month. $600 a month is $7,200 a year. What if instead of spending that $7,200, you invested it every month consistently into a simple S&P 500 index fund, which, by the way, has returned an average of about 10% annually over the last 50 years. Let's run the math. $7,200 invested every year for 20 years at 10% average return, $450,000. $450,000 from $20 a day. And if you started at 25 and did it for 35 years, over $2 million. This is where most people underestimate the math. It's not the $20 that builds wealth. It's the time the $20 gets to work for you. This is compound interest. Albert Einstein reportedly called it the eighth wonder of the world. He said, "He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it." And that last part, that's what 70% of Americans over 50 are experiencing right now. They didn't invest the $20. They paid it in interest, in fees, in daily spending to someone else. And that someone else got the $450,000. So if the math is this clear, why doesn't everyone do it? Because of something called present bias. Our brains are hardwired to prioritize right now over 30 years from now. The coffee is real, it's warm, it tastes good, it's immediate. The retirement account is abstract, it's far away, it's invisible. And every single time you open a financial app and see a number that barely moved, your brain registers that as pointless. That's not weakness, that's biology. But here's the problem. Your brain is running software designed for survival in 10,000 BC, not retirement planning in 2025. And the companies that sell you daily comfort, they know exactly how your brain works. Every ad, every one-click purchase, every treat yourself message is specifically designed to beat your future self. And it works, which means you have to consciously fight back. Not with willpower. Willpower runs out. With systems. Let me paint you a picture. $450,000 at retirement, invested in a simple portfolio generating a conservative 4% withdrawal rate, gives you $18,000 a year in passive income. That's $1,500 a month on top of Social Security. That's the difference between surviving retirement and actually living it. That's the difference between I can't afford to visit my grandkids and taking the trip, between working a part-time job at 68 because you have to and working because you want to. Or maybe $450,000 is 3 extra years of early retirement. Maybe it's paying off your house completely with zero debt. Maybe it's never having a panic attack at 3 a.m. because you don't know how you're going to cover a medical bill. That's what $20 a day actually means, not the number, the freedom. Now, if you're watching this and you're in your 50s and those stats hit close to home, I need you to hear this next part very carefully. It is not too late, not even a little bit. Here's why. If you're 50 today and you start investing $500 a month into an index fund right now, by 65, 15 years from now, at a 10% average return, you'll have over $200,000. If you max out your 401k, which at age 50 allows for catch-up contributions of up to $30,500 a year, and do that for 15 years, you could be sitting on close to $1 million at retirement. The IRS literally created a rule for people over 50 to invest more, to catch up. Most people don't even know that exists. Here's the 3-step system. Simple, no fluff. Step 1, automate. Set up automatic transfers the day your paycheck hits, not after bills, first. Pay yourself before you pay everyone else. Even $200 a month, start there. Step 2, index funds. Stop trying to pick stocks. Stop listening to hot tips. The S&P 500 has outperformed 90% of active fund managers over 20-year periods. Buy the index, set it, don't touch it. Step 3, kill the debt first. If you're carrying high-interest credit card debt, 20%, 25%, paying that off is a guaranteed 20% return. There is no investment on earth more certain than eliminating a 20% interest rate. Clear the debt, then redirect that payment to your investment account. That's it. 3 steps, no secret formula, no get-rich-quick scheme, just math, time, and decisions made consistently. Here's what I want you to take away from this. The average 50-year-old in America isn't struggling because they're bad with money. They're struggling because nobody sat them down at 25 and showed them the math. Nobody told them that $20 a day wasn't just coffee, it was $450,000. Nobody told them that missing the first 10 years of compound growth meant working 10 extra years at the end. The financial system is designed to be confusing. The culture is designed to make spending feel normal and saving feel boring. And most people are just trying to live their lives. But you're here, right now, watching this, and that already puts you ahead of the person who scrolled past. The difference between the average 50-year-old and the prepared 50-year-old isn't income, isn't luck, isn't intelligence. It's the decision to start. Today. Not next month, not when things calm down, not when you get the raise. Today. So here's what I want you to do right now. Number 1, check your current retirement savings. Today. Log in, see where you actually stand. Number 2, if you're 50 or older, look up your 401k catch-up contribution limit. Number 3, drop the word START in the comments below. That one word means you're choosing your future self over your present comfort. And that one word is how change actually begins. If this video hit different, if it made you think, if it made you feel something, hit the like button right now. It genuinely helps this reach someone who needs it. And if you want to see the full breakdown of how to go from $0 to $500,000 using just your 401k and IRA starting at 50, I made an entire video on that. It's linked right here because you still have time. And time is the one thing money can't buy back. Use it.